Guys, welcome back to another video. Yeah, just finished up some work at Janus's apartment in preparation for the product launch this week. Yes, some new products will be launching on Friday. So yeah, pretty much at the end of the week. And these kind of weeks tend to be really busy, but it's actually been going really smooth so far. So yeah, really happy about that. And I can definitely tell that we have improved a lot in terms of preparation for these kinds of events. Like in the beginning, it was quite a mess and just not very well planned. But ultimately, we managed to improve a lot, and it's always about the progress and not about perfection, especially not on the first tries. Yeah, but I'm gonna take you guys along and talk a little bit about the products and how we do things, and yeah, just some general thoughts on the whole process. So pretty much wrapping up the day now. Yeah, I mean, as already mentioned, the product launch or the preparation for the product launch is going really smoothly so far, which I'm really happy, but also surprised about, since I haven't really been doing much work for the preparation or for the product launch today, more on like future products. But still, like a thought occurred to me that I wanted to share. The products that we will be releasing are omega-3 and ashwagandha. Ashwagandha I have here. I mean, both products are relatively simple and they don't really stand out in terms of like ingredient selection, formulation stuff, because they're pretty much like single ingredients products. So you can't really get fancy with the ingredient selection. But so to stand out to your competition, you can't really do that just with the ingredients, because it's pretty much the same. I mean, of course, we are using the pretty much like the highest quality ingredients that we can. I mean, I can vouch for that. I mean, I'm sure not every brand can. But yeah, apart from that, something that I really thought about that, like might affect like the buyer's behavior is the design of the product as well. Because for us, or my goal was, when I designed the label, to make something nice, to make something aesthetically pleasing, something nice to look at, something that you could potentially display openly in a kitchen without like wanting it to like hide it in a drawer because it ruins the aesthetic or something like that. So we went for like a really clean and minimalistic design. I think in the first video I mentioned like my goal with this, and I'm really happy about that. And I do think that this can also ultimately affect the buyer's behavior, because I mean I can only talk for myself, but I personally like things that look good. Like I love interior design, graphic design, stuff like that. So for me, if something is aesthetically pleasing, like that makes me want to buy it more. So if I would have the chance, or if I would have the option of buying two things that are essentially the same, but one looks better than the other, I mean, I will definitely take the one that looks better. So yeah, I think this is also like something that might get overlooked, but is also becoming more and more present and important, because I think a lot of brands do a really, really good job of making just absolutely beautiful products. So yeah, we are trying to do that as well, and so far I'm really happy with how it's going. Release tomorrow, but for the next project or the next product, which we'll release probably at the beginning of next year. But since the products that we will be releasing are already kind of part of this video, I thought, might as well explain for whom they might actually be interesting. So omega-3 and ashwagandha, those are the two products that we will be selling starting tomorrow. Both really great products. I mean, I take them both consistently, and but I also get them at a good discount. So but I have to say, for both of them, I wouldn't recommend just like taking them just for the sake of taking them, but I think that you should never do that with a supplement. Always know why you're taking it and what kind of problem you're trying to solve by taking the supplement. On that note, I do think that omega-3 will be more interesting to the majority of people just because of the effects related to it. So omega-3 is known for supporting heart and brain function and also lowering the risk of cardiovascular disease. So all outcomes that we can definitely very much appreciate. But as already mentioned, I wouldn't recommend just taking omega-3 straight away. Instead, what I would actually do is take an omega-3 test before to get your omega-3 index checked. Because I think the best way to supplement is always if you have a deficiency or if you know that you have a deficiency. That's what you, at least in my opinion, should do with vitamins, and you can do that with omega-3 as well. The omega-3 index should be between 8 or 12%. That's the desirable level. And if you have like 4%, then, like omega-3 supplementation would make a lot of sense. If you are between the 8 and 12% and you don't take any omega-3 as of now, then you wouldn't need to take it anyways. So that, I think, is a very nice way to actually make the supplementation worthwhile and really know that it is worth taking. With ashwagandha, sadly, at least to my knowledge, we don't have such a test. But I think ashwagandha is a very interesting product for those who struggle with a lot of stress or do want to improve their sleep quality. If you do struggle with these two things, so you have a lot of stress or you don't sleep very well, then I think ashwagandha is a great supplement to consider. If you don't have problems with these two things at all, then I think your money might actually be spent somewhere else better. But I mean, like I said, I take both. I actually did an omega-3 test, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and my omega-3 index was at 8%, also already in the desirable range. But I do want to get in the double digits, so I do supplement with omega-3 daily, but I only take 2 soft gels. And I also want to improve sleep quality and, lower stress, so I do take ashwagandha as well. But I think that kind of really sums it up on like why supplements might be worthwhile taking. Since the product launch is basically right around the corner, I wanted to talk about how product launch usually is for us or for a supplement company in that regard, especially for a small one. So I'm sure that you're all familiar with how, or at least some of you are familiar with how product launches usually go with like clothing brands. You know that there's like this big hype and build up around the collections, and like these brands usually work really well when it comes to scarcity, and on drop day there's pretty much like this big onslaught on all the pieces from the collection. Well, what I can say is that is not usually the case with our products. I mean, our products also get restocked once they run out of stock, for example, so you can be sure that you basically always have the chance to get a certain product. And especially if you are like in your early stages, as a supplement company, you also don't really have the opportunities to do like a lot of limited editions and stuff. With those kind of products, you could put the scarcity principle to work effectively, but like I said, that's usually limited by the size of the company. So for us, I mean, it's still really nice. I think it's more about, for us, I think it's a very like rewarding day, because putting a new product onto the market is always a great feeling. I mean, we've worked so long for like putting the product together, the visuals, and like the label, and like seeing the product for the first time. Like those are all really, really great feelings that I associate with like launching a product. and then like putting it out on the market and seeing like how well the customers usually respond to the product is also just a very rewarding feel. So yeah, that's how like a product launch is usually for, I would say, like a small supplement company. But yeah, gonna finish up some work as well, maybe get a haircut, and then see you guys later. So what's up, guys? It's Saturday now. Yeah, I'm just about to leave to pick up Janis to go to like a little event of some sort for one of the stores that we have our products at, because they're having like a little like Christmas party, I guess. And yeah, we'll be there, you know, kind of also show off the new product stuff. So yeah, afterwards at the gym. So should be a really cool day. Gonna take you guys along, and we'll see each other later. Same. So guys, yeah, back home now. Today was definitely a very cool and eventful day, and yeah, the training was also great. I mean, I'm kind of getting into my bulk now. Just been on it like for a couple of weeks, and the training is just, especially this week, was just magnificent. Like, and if the training is like this, you know, if you make progress pretty much every session, like I just get addicted to it. Like I really would want to train like 24/7, but that is not possible for multiple reasons, especially not physical. And I want to finish this video off with talking about one of the biggest difficulties that I currently have in the company. And that is also kind of like related to the products. So I thought that this is like a good fit for this video. The thing is, like, I want to continue like making great products that support people in reaching their, you know, physical goals or whatever, but I also want Evoke to be something more than that, to inspire people to have or make an impact, to, like, you know, build a community around it. And this is something that I find rather difficult, because while I have like a certain vision, it's like I can't seem to get this into actionable steps where I can say like, all right, sailing the ship into the right direction. So yeah, because I really want to achieve that, or to kind of like get this started, because this is something that is ultimately really important for me, and I think for the others as well. So this proves to be a very difficult task at hand, but I mean, from what I think now, time is probably your biggest friend when it comes to this. I kind of thought of this as like planting a tree, and like the seed is like the idea of how I want it to be, and then like watering it each day is kind of like posting content, or, you know, doing things that relates to the vision that we have, and then it just needs time, you know, like it still needs time to grow. So yeah, that's those are my thoughts on that so far, but I hope that I can figure it out, because that will be really, really important for me. But yeah, apart from that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video, the insights I gave you, and yeah, thanks for watching.